That's right, guys. We are checking out the motherfucking Cloud Beast. Yup, the Cloud Beast by SMOK. That new TFv8. And man, I must say, this thing be chucking the tats. Yep. This thing is a cloud chucker. Let's see. With that V8 T8. Oh yeah, T8 coil head. Let's see how she vapes. Oh yeah, guys, now we're up close checking out the motherfucking Cloud Beast TFv8 by SMOK. On the side of the packaging, it tells you that this kit includes 3 hyper engines, so they're calling their coil heads hyper engines, which is pretty cool because these motherfucking things are massive, and I'll show you that once we open the package up. But it includes a V8 T8, a V8 Q4, and a V8 RBA, which is a rebuildable atomizer, so you can use your own coils. We'll go over that in a second. On this side, you got some QR codes for an app that allows you to communicate with other people that have this tank and other vapor products. It is not like the normal SMOK apps to customize your mods and so forth. This is one that's like a social media platform, and you can download it using these QR codes. Also, I thought this was pretty cool, because we all know that SMOK is part of Vesuvius USA, which is to help us here in the United States fight the FDA. But they include this sticker: fight for your right to vape, 10 cents. Donate 10 cents in your name. So that's pretty cool. Everybody can donate 10 cents, so check that out. On the back, it tells you that this kit includes 1 TF8 Cloud Beast tank, 1 V8 T8 quad or octuple coil head, 0.15 ohms. Then it comes with 1 V8 Q4 quadruple coil head, 0.15 ohms, and then 1 V8 exclusive turbo RBA head, 0.28 ohms. This is changeable, so don't always think that your RBA is going to come out to 0.28, because this is only showing you that the coils they have pre-installed in your RBA is currently coming out to 0.28. It's got 1 replacement glass tube, 1 user manual, 1 spare parts. Give you guys a second to read that if you want. Slide this off. Then we got our normal SMOK packaging as we're all used to. You open her up and you have the motherfucking TF8 Cloud Beast tank. And inside you see you have the V8 T8 coil pre-installed, which this thing is fucking massive, guys. We will show it to you in a second. I have used this one, so if your coil head, this one actually looks like mine, you need to send it back. But let's open this up and see what comes inside of it. You get your normal SMOK manual that we're all used to seeing, but I do recommend going over this one because it gives you some specs, some information, how to wick your RBA head and all that good stuff, so it's always good to have. Then you also get this little warning. So we're all used to that. Then here's the contents of your package. As you see, you get another coil head or a hyper engine. Then you get your hyper engine turbo RBA. You get some cotton for your RBA section. You get 2 SMOK bands, which I do like these a lot. This one says SMOK, and then this one says keep on vaping. And I think the other side says SMOK, yeah. This side says Cloud Beast and SMOK, and then this one says keep on vaping and SMOK. Just to show you the difference, this is what comes with the TFv4. And this is what you get now. Much better. I do like the little ones better, but that's me. You could maybe like the bigger ones. You also get this little bag of extras, which gives you 2 extra O-rings, a little air gasket, and then your top fill gasket. Then you also get this 510 Driptip adapter, which we'll also go over. And then you get some extra Allen key screws. And then you also get a Allen key for your RBA head. Here's your replacement glass, and just look at that. That thing is massive. It goes all the way over each one of my fingers. This thing is huge, guys. But I guess it needs to be huge for what I'm about to show you. Look, this is one of their coil heads, and this ain't even the biggest one. But just to show you guys, look at that. Look at how the juice goes into these coils. The V8 Q4. So this is their, what's it called? This is their Q4, their quadruple coil. And as you see, look down in there. That thing is massive. It is a vertical coil. Look at that. Nice, juicy coils in there. Nice, nice, nice. And you got some massive airflow holes right here. You got 4 of them. So this is your quadruple coil. Then let's check out the RBA, the turbo hyper engine. Now the T8, the V8 T8 coil that's pre-installed has a bottom airflow like this. So just look how massive these coil heads are. I mean, that is crazy. I mean, it's crazy, guys. This one has wicking channels right there and right there. If you're familiar or watched my Hercules Rta 2 review, you will see that the deck on that is also similar to this. It has 2 wicking channels, one on each side, and that's it. And here is the RBA head pre-built for you by SMOK with some beautiful fused Claptons, and these things are gorgeous, guys. 7 wraps, dual coils, and all you do is place in your cotton, throw one in this side, one in on that side, one in on that side, and as you see, they are all the way open, just like the Hercules Rta 2 Rta. This thing is massive, guys. We are going to wick this up and vape on this here in this review also. How it goes back together is you just screw this back on. This is really made very, very nice, guys. I was really amazed from this RBA head, because usually I think the RBA heads are junk. Just my honest opinion. But hey, let's go ahead and grab out the 510 drip tip adapter. Cotton, Allen key, smoke band. Lost the other smoke band. There we go. Now let's check out this badass TFv8 Cloud Beast tank. Sorry guys about that. We had some camera failure. Here it is again. We'll just give you guys a quick look. The bottom of it, you have a non-adjustable 510, but it is protruding, but not enough that I would say it's good for a hybrid mech mod. But also I wouldn't use this tank on a hybrid mech mod. We have serial number 100, designed by SMOK. You have your adjustable airflow that is different from the other TFv4s, which I will show you real quick. As you see on this one, if it'll come in, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are adjustable also. But this one instead has just 2 larger airflows instead of 4. 1 on each side, and it does give you some knurling right here to grab on to actually adjust them. And it is very firm, so you won't have to worry about it moving on its own. And also it does not have a locking feature. It will not lock once you turn it all the way closed or all the way open. But I'm okay with that just because it is firm even after some use and getting some e-liquid wrapped in it. Then you have your glass and so forth. You have your top fill, which we've went over. It has the open sign right here. Just pop this off to show you guys. You go ahead and pop it out. Bada bing, bada boom. And it is much more firmer than we are used to seeing on all the SMOK TF tanks. Even just to lock it back in place. Before with my old TFv4, I would have to use the smoke band to keep that from popping open. This one, I've actually had trouble opening it. It's so damn firm until you start using it some. Then it breaks down just enough to where it's not as hard. Then you get this wide bore chuff. That's held on by 2 O-rings right here, which are nice. Wide bore. The only kind I have with this is it's kind of loose, as you guys see. And I mean, it don't come out just when using it or taking a toke on it, but it is kind of loose compared to what I am used to seeing with the SMOK products. Just to give you guys a quick look of what it looks like with the 510 Driptip attachment. It's held on by two nice O-rings as well. These ones seem a little bit more beefier than the two on the actual chuff itself that comes pre-installed on the tank. But this one, let's go, just pop it on in there like so. As you see, looks pretty sweet. Take your drip tip, just using this one for example, pop her on in. Now you can use your own drip tip. Now I necessarily wouldn't use this drip tip on here because that looks kind of funky as hell, but just to show you guys. Here is a solid all black Delrin drip tip. And that one looks kind of nicer. So there you guys go. That's what it looks like with the 510 drip tip attachment. And you can use this with any drip tip you guys have that is a 510 drip tip. So just to go over some specs of this tank real quick. It is made out of complete stainless steel. It is a 510 threaded. The size of this thing is 25.5 millimeters, and from the top right here to the bottom is 50 millimeters tall, and it does weigh 74 grams. So it is a nice, heavy, solid piece, and it is very nice, guys. The machining and just the overall quality on this piece is gorgeous. It is beautiful, my personal opinion. Now, let's check it out, comparing it to some other tanks real quick. We'll just take a look at, let's say, a Hercules Rta, which is also 25 millimeters. This is the Rta2 that I mentioned that the RBA head has a similar deck and wicking style as this one. As you see, about the same size. This one is a little bit thicker. Here it is next to the Micro TFv8, as I showed you guys already. Here it is on top of the SMOK HPriv 220 watt box mod that was recently just released by SMOK, and I recently also just reviewed this one. If you haven't checked it out, check out the review on this. This is actually a very nice device. But here is the Cloud Beast on top, and I must say, this tank, this mod, good setup. Just for the simple reason this mod has plenty of power to be able to do all the power you need for these coil heads. This does 220 watts and temp control, and as you see, it actually fits quite nice. No overhang, no gap. Very nice, sits solid, makes a good connection, good device, good tank. Here it is on a mod that I am necessarily pissed off with, but here it is, as you guys see, no overhang. But I will say, this mod does not have enough power to even do the max of what this coil is best rated. As you guys see, 180 watts, 120 to 180. This mod can only handle the lowest of 120, could not do the max. What a shame. But it does look nice on there for you guys that do have this mod, and it does sit flush on there. How I've actually been rocking it is on the DNA 200 Rulo. As you guys see, it fits quite nice on top of here. 25 millimeters, sits flush, makes solid contact, looks nice, and it's a nice quality piece. So guys, something I thought was funny, you see these Coil Master ceramic multi-purpose tweezers. This piece right here is made to be able to grip your tank, to be able to take it apart. This middle piece right here is made for helping adjust your coils, to screw your coils in nice and snug, and then this is to be able to adjust your coils. So actually this would be a very nice tool to have for anybody with an RTA, sub-ohm tank, or just a dripper. But what I noticed is this middle piece, which is made for coil heads, does not fit around the TFv8 Cloud Beast coils. You actually have to use the tank one to adjust this coil head. That is nuts. But again, here's a quick look at the monstrous pre-installed coil head. And this one is the V8 T8. As I said, guys, it does have a different bottom airflow style than the V8 Q4. Also, the juice flow on this one is also a bit different. This one you can see the cotton, this one is different. The tops, I have used this one, I have not used this one. The beginning of this video, you guys see me chucking out some nice flavorful clouds with this coil head. Here is all three of the coil heads next to each other that they provide you. The two outside ones are pre-built coil heads. This one is a also pre-built RBA head that we are going to talk about next and show you guys how to wick it and how it vapes. Just to give you guys a comparison, here is the little micro TFv4 coil heads compared to this. I mean, they can eat it. Fucking nuts. So, let's check out right now this amazing RBA head that is included with the TFv8. Now, another thing I do want to mention is, say you love these coils right here, and once you vape on them for a while, you are going to have to either throw on a fresh set that you personally make, buy, whatever, in here. But say you love these coil heads, you can actually, just as you would when you go buy a new coil head like this, when you want to go buy a new V8 T8 or a V8 Q4 coil head, SMOK is also selling these with the coils, just as you see everything right here without the wick inside of it, is also selling these also separately, where you can buy just a single RBA head with these coils already installed. So that is a pretty cool feature that I think was pretty cool. So if you don't know how to rebuild coils or so forth, or if you just like to vape on these actual nice fused Claptons that are already installed for you, you can pick them up again and continue vaping on them. So, let's go ahead and check out this badass motherfucking RBA head that is a velocity style deck. Let's see if I can get her to focus in. There we go. So, as you see, you got some beautiful coils on there, a nice velocity style post, nice Allen keys on here that they do give you extras, and they provide you a solid Allen key. You got monstrous airflow directly right underneath the coil. Then you have your wicking channels right here, which is a solid wicking channel right here. As you see, like the RTA2, they do not just have 4 wicking channels. This one has 2 that are shared by each side of the coils right here. Same on this side. You do have some nice sized post holes. Your airflow for the bottom comes up through the bottom right here and then directly right onto them coils. So what would you want to do to install this, get this ready? Well, let's check it out. First, you want to take back your lid piece right here, screw it back on, make sure it's nice and tight, reattach it to the base of your SMOK TFv8. There we go. I'm using a 521 Coil Master ohm reader. Then I want to remove this top piece again, and it's not going to let me, so alright. She came out to a 0.32 as of right now. The box says that she's currently going to ohm out at a 0.28, but that is because she's not adjusted yet. As you can see, this coil needs to be fixed a little bit, so we are going to fix it. We're going to make sure there's no hot spots, all that good stuff, and then I'm going to show you guys how to wick it properly, and then we'll juice it and we'll vape it. Alright, so it is a 3mm diameter coil inside there. Now what I'm going to do is dry fire these. Alright guys, so we got the RBA head screwed onto my bottom base of the TFv8. We were going to use a Coil Master 521 ohm meter, and if you guys do have one, I do recommend using this instead of your mod. But today I'm going to be using my mod. Coil Master ceramic tweezers, the Allen key they provide, and the RBA. And what we are going to do is make sure that there's no hot spots, no issues with it, anything like that, that it is firing evenly and that the coils are locked in. One thing I do want to mention is that you also want to go around and make sure that your Allen keys are nice and tight. No, you don't want to force them super tight to where you strip them. You just want to go around and make sure that they are snug. Because actually I found out that one of mine were actually loose. Then you want to go ahead and give them a dry fire. Look good. I'm going to go ahead and straighten this one up. If yours looks messed up, you just use something. Make sure your mod is locked so you don't accidentally fire it unless you are using a ceramic tool. I'm going to use a 3mm, oh, I actually grabbed the wrong thing. A 3mm rod, and go ahead and just bend it back in place, and then use my ceramic tweezers just to make sure it's perfectly lined up like that one. If you don't mind it, then you don't have to. Alright, let's do that, and then I'm going to come right back and show you guys how to wick this properly. Alright guys, now grab your cotton out of your box and pop it out of your smoke little baggie. It's going to come in a strand like this, or if you don't want to use the cotton they provide you, you can use your own, but I'm going to use it that they provide you because I'm going to show you that you can use everything in the box that they provide you with to build your RBA and actually vape. Only thing you're going to need to purchase besides the tank is some e-liquid to vape on. Now go ahead and grab that. I'm going to go ahead and cut these pieces out to the size that I need that, and then we're going to show you guys how to wick it and go on from there. Once you got your wicks, go ahead and just pop it on through like so. Then you don't want to trim them actually down yet. What I do though before I do the trimming for the actual install part is I just trim the ends that are all messed up from forcing them through. Just the very end. Alright, just do it like so. Once you got your stuff like this, the next step is to get them down in the wicking channels as you guys see here. And that part is very easy. I am going to show you guys that, but I'm going to pop my RBA head out just to give you guys a better look of how they should be placed. You can do it by leaving it in your base or pop it out like so. Alright, for you guys that maybe have had a Sigelli moonshot, you guys might be used to building like this. The reason why I say it's easier to build on side your base is because you're going to hold your RBA deck like this to make sure your wicks go down into here. And where that I would trim them to is I would pull them on an angle like so and trim it that the bottom of your wick is going to be just resting right inside here on the bottom. You don't want to stuffed, force, pack, or anything like that. You want it just to be resting right here on the bottom. And how we're going to do that is, like I said, just take your wick and pull it down. You can even do it down straight. But if you do it down straight, you want to make sure you leave a little bit extra because remember, your coil wick is actually going to go down on an angle a little bit. So if you do it like this, you just want to cut it on an angle. And cut it to about right there. And as you guys see, it's going to be resting right there on the bottom. I actually could do this just to make it all nice and pretty. Then I'm going to take my end of my tweezers or a flathead screwdriver tool, whatever you wish, and just go ahead and put her on in. The tip that I do want to mention is you don't want to go around and trim each one of your wicks down to the size until you get to it. So what I do is, as you guys seen, I cut this wick down to the size I need it, stuffed it. Now I'm on this one, I cut it down to the size I need it. Now I'm going to stuff it. That way if you accidentally cut it too short or so forth, you can actually adjust your wick a little bit so that way it's not too short. But if you went around and trimmed them all to the exact size, if you cut it too short, you're going to have to replace that whole wick. Alright guys, so as you see, she is nice and wicked up. Now the only thing you want to make sure is you want to go around and make sure none of your wick is laying or blocking these threads at all. So that way when you screw your top piece back on like so, you are not going to have it blocking your threads at all. It should go on very smooth. And that's another cool thing about this RBA head, and also overall just the whole solid tank itself. The threading on here is great. I do love that. Usually sub-ohm tanks, usually the threading is kind of shitty. Lately a lot of products the threading is coming out being shitty. But now the next step, what I recommend doing is taking your bottom piece, if you removed yours, go like so, and you see this part is going to feed your juice inside. Then what I'm going to do is take some e-liquid, wet my wicks, Make sure they are firing up and everything like so. And then we are going to fill it. And then we are going to vape it. Alright guys, so what e-liquid am I going to use? We are going to use some Swing. This is from the Vape XL e-juice pack. This comes in two 100 ml bottles. One is Bata, which is a funfetti cake batter, and then you have a strawberry short stop, short cake. They call it a short stop. They go with the baseball theme batter, which is really cake batter. Instead, this is short cake, and it's a short stop. Pretty cool. But it goes along with a baseball theme Swing and Bata Bata, and then the packaging comes like so. We'll be doing a juice review of this, but I want to give you guys a quick little look over it. And there we go. So we'll be vaping today with some Swing. And all I'm going to do is just wet them down. Vapors. 0.33 ohms, 73 watts. Let's go ahead and attach our tank. Before we do that, we must screw on this piece. Then all you want to do is look down the top piece and look at them colors, guys. See them blues and everything like that? That's how you can tell SMOK did not do anything cheap with this. They even used good quality wire. No shorts, they're both firing nice. Take your tank. Look at that, guys. Biggest con that they did right here with this RBA head is that they included this CE and recycle icon. I fucking hate when tanks do that, or any company does that. As you see, none of their coil heads actually have that on there, but their RBA head does. That really upsets me. The RTA2 did that also on their chimney. I think it just makes it look ugly. They can keep it on the bottom because they also have both of these symbols on the bottom of their tank. They should have kept it there. Now, let's top fill this bad boy and let's back out and vape it before I talk your guys' ear off. Alright, open the top open. Fill right here, not right there. Even with a Sriracha hot sauce top, you can still fill this tank. One thing I do want to point out, there is no juice flow control, so I do recommend closing off your bottom airflow just to prevent any leaking at the time as you're filling. Back to filling, guys. There you go, guys. She's good. I'm comfortable with backing out, vaping on it, talking on it. Let you guys know pros, cons. Where can you get one of these badass tanks? Alright, guys, let's do that. And let's do that shit now. Welcome back up top, guys. Now, let's talk about this Cloud Beast TFv8. Alright, guys. Now, I must say right away, SMOK, wow. Just wow. Y'all did it with this one. I tell you, I don't know what else y'all can do with this TF edition series tanks, but you guys nailed it. Making it an RTA and a sub-ohm tank. And the reason why I call it RTA also is because of that RBA head deck. It's not necessarily an RTA, but hey, that's what I call it. That's what I want to call it. Packaging on this thing is lovely. If you look down in the description, they do usually include a description about this tank or what it means and all that stuff. So if you want to read that, it's down in the description. The package overall, let's start with it. I love that they included that. Donate 10 cents in your name to help save vaping in the United States. Awesome. Loving that. You guys rock, SMOK. I love that. I love that they show you their hyper engines, and I love that they call them their own name. Pretty dope. Love that they show you the overall tank. Now let's talk about it. The color options of this tank is, as you guys see here, the stainless steel and the orange O-rings, and then it comes in a black where the stainless steel is, and then orange O-rings. So The orange is their theme. They're not going to have different options as you guys seen. Even with the extras, they give you the orange ones. Now, if you have some extra O-rings that are different colors that maybe fit, go ahead and try it. But that's up to you, and it might cause leaking if it's not the exact size. So try that on your own risk. Packaging is great. I love that they give you 2 coils ready to rock and the RBA head with some beautiful Claptons, as you guys seen. They give you everything you need. They give you this wide board chuff for people that like chuff style tips. They give you a 510 drip tip adapter, which is very nice. The only con I have for this thing, it was a pain in the ass to get off when you first push it in, because there was nothing to grab. I love that they give you an Allen key that is actually pretty decent, and I like their new smoke bands. Let's go ahead and throw these bitches on there. Bada bing, bada boom. I know they're not even, but fuck it. These are also good for not only making it look nice and sexy, but also protects your glass. And they do give you an extra glass. Now, to talk about some of them coils. I have not tried the V8 Q4, as you guys see on here. This one, the one with the crazy style juice flow entries. But I have tried this one. As you guys see, we have it in here. We're vaping on it now. And we also have done this one, the V8 T8, which is the massive coil head, the one I showed you guys, and the one I was vaping on in the beginning of this video. Now let's talk about the V8 T8 real quick, and then we'll talk about the RBA, and then we'll talk about pros and cons with the tank itself, and then where can you get one and so forth. I promise to make this quick. The V8 T8, oh my god, the flavor and the cloud production on that thing is insane. I mean, it's literally just insane. It does have great flavor, and this coil head is made for higher wattages. I tried vaping it just to break it in like you normally do. You want to start lower and then go up. I tried breaking this coil in at 120 watts, and it was barely giving me any vapor. I was hitting it like this, and it was giving me that all for like a 4-second draw to break that coil in, because there's so much coil in that and everything like that. It really does need to break in. And I do want to point out, when you are priming them coils, you do need to prime them. And priming them, what that means is, once you attach the coil, or even for the one that's pre-installed when you first get the tank, is you want to take it apart, take your glass dripper or your bottle, shout out the Swing, and you want to basically flood the inside of that coil. Not where you're making a mess, but basically to where you're getting that cotton soaked. You want to go around each one of the holes of the coil, make sure they're nice and wet, then go on the sides and make sure all the sides of the cotton, anywhere you can see cotton, you want to make sure you make it the same color of your e-liquid. Simple. You want to do that, especially with these coils, because they are massive, and it helps getting them to break in much faster. That was the only con I have with the T8 coil head, is that it did have some time to break in. It was not a coil head that broke in after a couple seconds. I took it all the way up to 150 watts, and it was probably about a good 30 minutes of vaping it, letting it sit for a few minutes, going back to vaping it, doing it constant drag after drag after drag after drag, chain vaping. Finally, it broke in. And when it broke in, guys, I'm telling you, the flavor was a nice hot, or a warm, nice, flavorful, massive fucking cloud vapor production. The airflow in this thing is crazy large. I mean, just to show you guys, I love that they changed it from the 4 style holes to these large 2 ones. The vape on it overall was great. I mean, I'm telling you guys, the only thing about it was the break-in time, and you really want to use it at the power they say it does. They said it's rated all the way up to 260 watts. I tried it. At 260 watts, that's a very hot fucking vape, but if you like that, hey, go for it. I found the sweet spot to be around 130 to like 170. In between there, all day long, I was vaping on it, going back in between, and I was getting some really good fucking vapes. This tank is not made for a single 18650 device like the new SMOK Q8 Quantum that we will be checking out soon. It is more or less made for a DNA 200 device, and I really do recommend a DNA 200 device that you can actually fully use the 200 watts, not the ones that are capped at 133, but you need a 200 watt device like the RX 200 or even the SMOK HPRIV 220. Both of these devices are great for it. I've been rocking them on both and loving every single bit of it. Now, let's talk about this RBA head, and let's see how she fucking vapes. right now I'm gonna bring her all the way up to 100 watts. That's what we're gonna start it at, and we're gonna see how she vapes. 100 watts, and let's do a drag. Oh, holy shit! That's some vape right there, guys. Fuck it, let's go up to 120. I can only handle that 100, but I'm doing 120 now. Even the RBA head on here is great. It's wicking up perfectly. I'm not getting a dry hit. 100 watts, that was like the sweet spot for me. I've really liked that at 100 watts, besides for the cough trying to talk over it. 100 watts on a DNA 200 with the RBA head, with the coils they give you. Wicked up, as I showed you guys. It's great flavor, and you've seen how much vapor production. Fucking nuts, guys. That's all. I mean, simple. That's it. It's nuts. You guys know me. I love my RTAs. I'm a big fucking fan of the Hercules Rta too. So I love that the RBA deck has that style deck almost. It's a velocity style deck where it has the 2 velocity style posts. And then it has the Hercules Rta wicking style where it's 2 large wicking channels instead of 4 that we're used to with other RTAs and even other RBAs. This RBA is great. I love it. I do love the option that they give it you, that it includes in the kit. You don't have to buy it extra, and that you can also pick them up pre-built, ready to be vaped, like as you guys seen with the coils already installed. Or once you're done, it's a solid ass deck. I did go around and check it. The post screws on it are very nice. They do give you extra post screws. They give you the Allen keys, so you can take out these coils once you're done, throw them away, throw in a fresh build. Like I will be doing. Once these coils are done, I'm definitely going to be throwing a set of aliens in here and vaping the shit out of this, because this, I'm actually enjoying 10 times better than I ever did with the Griffin Rta and any other sub-ohm tank, really. I'm really much enjoying this. The flavor is actually really good for being a high wattage tank. It's actually a really nice warm vape. If you like nice, warm, flavorful vapes with massive cloud production, this is the tank for you guys. If you like low wattage vapes, or you only have like a dual 18650 device that you run under 100 watts, this might not necessarily be the tank for you, because this is made for high wattage. I'm talking 100 plus watts is what I see the best of it. Maybe for the V8 Q4, which is rated between 120 to 180 watts, you can probably vape it at maybe 90. Like they say, the best range for that one is 90 to 160. So maybe you can vape that one at 90 watts and enjoy a nice vape. I don't know. But I do know so far, for the 2 coils that I have tried with this tank, the break-in time on them is a little bit long because they're massive coils. Maybe if you up the watch a little bit and start getting the juice flooded into them, and once they get nice and soaked with e-liquid, and I'm talking nice and drenched with e-liquid, they vape great. And so far, like I said, I was vaping on mine for over a week and a half now, and you guys seen the color of the cotton. It still looks clean on the outside, just right there at the top, starting to get a little bit of a different color. But they look great, and I'm still getting great flavor. So far, they've lasted me over a week and vaping them high fucking wattages. Usually, coils that you vape at higher wattages burn up much quicker, but these ones, I mean, shit. I'm going to continue vaping that T8 coil, and I have a couple more of those and a couple more of the Q4s included with the packs. Now, let's talk about the tank. Overall, the tank is a nice quality piece. It's made very nice, 25 millimeters in diameter, so it looks good on all your box mods and everything like that. Juice flow on here like that. Don't have a juice flow control, but as you see, I didn't get any flooding. Maybe once I first filled it up, like as you guys see me when I was first adding e-liquid, when I first took my first drag and blew out, I got a little bit of a bubble right here on the side, but I wiped it off my finger, it was done. Didn't get any leaking as you will with the RTA. If you leave your juice flow open, it floods all out. This one was pretty solid. The wicking of the RBA was pretty damn easy. One thing I do want to say, I do recommend maybe using your own cotton, maybe some native wicks, some kendo cotton, maybe just some Japanese organic cotton pads, or maybe even cotton bacon. The cotton they give you, I'm just not a fan of the cotton they give you in kits. Not just SMOK, but all of them. I mean, it vapes alright, but I know if I probably threw some native wicks in here, or some cotton bacon, or just an organic Japanese cotton pad, I'd enjoy it better too. The biggest kind I have is that this wide bore chuff style cap they give you is a little bit loose up top. That's a little, I mean, it's just a little bit, it's a little loose. But other than that, I mean, it's great. I love that they made the top cap, the swivel part opens up for your top fill. I've always loved the TFv8 top fill style. Right? Push it open like that. You don't have to take it, unscrew it, and then maybe lose the piece. But this one, you fling it open, throw your juice in, close it up, ready to motherfucking vape. Same with this one and this one. You don't need to use your vape bands to keep the top shut. This one is not opening up. I've covered it in juice. I've ran it through an ultrasonic cleaner. It still stays nice and firm. When you first get it, everything is kind of super tight because the O-rings haven't been used or broken in yet. So I do recommend when you get this, run it through an ultrasonic cleaner. If you don't have one, just run it through some regular warm water, take it all apart, run it through some water, make sure there's no machine oil or anything like that. Mine didn't necessarily have it, but you just always want to clean your products when you first get them. Also, if you are interested in an ultrasonic cleaner, there is a very affordable one that just recently hit the market from Coil Master. You can look down at my recent videos or right there and click on the Coil Master Ultrasonic CM800 review. It's very affordable and a nice product. I currently still use mine as well. But overall, I mean, guys, it's a very nice, solid tank, and it's affordable. You can pick this up for like 30 bucks, shipped to your door online. You can check it out on AspenValleyVapes.com or even ElementVape.com. Both of them I have checked and made sure both of them have it. They do. So you can pick it up. It comes in two colors, as I said. This stainless steel with the orange O-rings, and then black with orange O-rings. I am going to be doing a giveaway for one of these in black. I did not touch it. That's why I only use the stainless one that I have been using it, because I want to do it with something that is coming very soon. I'm waiting for it in the mail right now for the rest of the package, and then once that is here, we will be wrapping something up and making it pretty cool. It don't have to go with this review. It's going to be going with something else, but as a full package giveaway, so stay tuned for that, guys. And stay tuned because I do want to announce we did reach 200. We went over the 200 entries for the Hercules Rta 2 and Rta 4 review giveaway video. For all the people that did enter all that, right now we are just confirming that everybody provided the correct information, and we're responding back to the people that maybe missed something. If you basically were off by a lot, like didn't do anything, just emailed us, we're not replying. But if you emailed us everything and maybe forgot one or two things, like maybe your YouTube username or something like that, we are responding and giving you 24 hours to respond it back with it to keep your name in the entry. Then once we got it all done, we will do a video and announce it in our next upcoming vlog. And we'll find out who the winners are of the Rta 2 and the Rta 4. So stay tuned for that, guys. And remember, it's not about what the hell you're vaping on or vaping with. As long as you ain't smoking them stinkies and you're doing your part to help save vaping by going over to www.august8th.org, and also check out r2bsmokefree.org. It is right2bsmokefree.org. That is an organization that currently just placed a lawsuit that we've all been waiting for against the FDA to fight back with these FDA regulations. They have done it, and they need all the support they can get right now from monetary donations, just support by signing up for their newsletter and everything like that. Be sure to check them out on Instagram, Facebook, their website. If you can do a donation, go over and donate to them. You can also make a donation to CASA.org, which is also the people who developed the website August8th.org, to also provide this information and also help you guys do your part to help save vaping. So go over and do that. All this shit will be down in the description. Check it out, and be sure to drop your comments down below what you think of the Cloud Beast by SMOK, because you know what? I'm loving this damn thing, and that's what I got for you guys. I'm sorry I made this one a little bit long, but I wanted to tackle the RBA head, show you guys how to wick it, and let you guys see how it motherfucking vaped. Alright, with that, I'm gonna wrap this shit up. Let's take a vape, and peace, guys.